Miles.
Barry.
My internet is full of cunts. It's full of bugs.
Look, can we cut with the C word?
But
Computer.
It's a lovely word.
It is. We were talking about this earlier, weren't we?
Yeah, it's very alliterative.
It's good.
It's good. Good word.
It's onomatopoeic.
And it's probably what they were showing as the plane was going down. But please tell us about the plane.
What plane? Oh yeah.
What plane?
No,
Well, that was a good one, wasn't it? What plane?
I was watching the news the other night. They said there's no evidence of terrorism. There's no evidence of an explosion. They reckon it was an electronic failure.
Well, terrorism would have been shit, wouldn't it? Because why the fuck would they have done it over the ocean? Out of all the places to put a bomb in a plane. Don't do it over an ocean.
Yeah, but you're definitely going to kill someone if you explode a plane over the ocean. The only successful water landing of an aeroplane is that one in the Hudson River.
That was insane, wasn't it? That was amazing. That was brilliant.
Exactly, like the guy was called a hero, and like.
So in New York, they've had both extremes, haven't they? They've had one in a building and one perfect landing on the Hudson River. It's insane.
Should be the other way around, shouldn't it? They should be landing them on the buildings.
Yeah, that's true. And what?
Bounce off one, lands on the other.
Terrorism attack. There was a plane landing on the building on top of the Twin Towers, and then there was a terrorism attack in the Hudson River. They killed 2 cod that were there suspiciously. We don't know what the cod were doing in the river. But yeah, sorry, continue.
They could have used the Twin Towers as like vertical runways.
Right, okay. We're talking about the plane that disappeared, not some fantasy land where they use these vertical runways. Yeah, so come on, you were going to tell us about the fuselage.
Yeah, they reckon that it just exploded. Not exploded, but they reckon there was a hole blown in the side which reduced cabin pressure. Obviously, at that point, you've got to lower the plane to equalise the cabin pressure so nothing gets sucked out and you lose control of the aircraft and basically you're fucked.
So that when you see on films and that, you know, people getting sucked out of the plane, that does happen.
No, I had a big argument with someone about this once. Well, 2 people in my flat had a big argument about that, and it never got resolved. We don't know if people would get sucked out.
What? Yeah, but that's a theoretical. So yeah, sorry.
When you guys were at school, you did like osmosis and stuff like that.
Yeah, osmosis is fucking nothing to do with it, though.
Osmosis is everything to do with it. It's all about.
Where's the partially permeable membrane? There's either a gaping hole or nothing. There's not a sort of a little net.
It's all to do with density and it's all to do with pressure. The pressure on the inside of the plane is.
I know that, so I'm asking if the pressure is significant enough to rip the chairs off and suck people out.
Yeah, of course it is.
Is it? Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, well, you're 40,000 feet above sea level, you mom. Come on.
Don't ask me that. Don't say more.
Don't call him a mong.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if you knew it or not. I was just curious. Because, you know, in Hollywood effects, they always, you know, exaggerate it. Like the guys who, when they park up their car, they step out and don't close the car door behind them. You know?
That's not quite in the same league.
It is exactly the same way. And I just didn't think that, you know, it would suck, because they're quite bolted down quite well, I thought, those chairs, but... Alright.
They are, yeah. They're designed to take the weight of like 40 stone or whatever with the flight test, but, you know, the pressure, the difference in 40,000 feet in the air, come on, man.
But the question is, was it 40,000 feet when the hole was... Because if we were assuming...
It's a transatlantic flight, so it's probably about 3 miles in the air.
That's insane.
3 miles higher than sea level.
No. Sorry. Taking your point, then I completely understand. It was a stupid point. I was just assuming it was not far above the water when it happened, because I assumed that if there was an electrical failure, they would have brought it down already, and unless the lightning did make the hole in it.
Well, no, the lightning would have presumably caused the electrical failure.
And they wouldn't have had backup energy, would they? Would it have?
Backup energy? What do you mean?
Well, like when there's a plane crash and that, when like engine failure and electricity failure, they have backup, you know, so you can see where the exits are. For example,
I think that is the film, mate. I think that is the film.
That's not, because I've spoken to people who are in it, and.
So you think what probably happened is if it got hit by lightning, electricity went out, and then it hit the water, and the force of hitting the water spread the plane everywhere.
Fucking and pitch darkness. That is just scary. I cannot imagine the fear of just.
Whoa. So in between you guys, in your version of events, a plane got hit by lightning 30 feet above the water.
30
crashed.
feet?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I said that.
Oh, you said
Chris,
that.
in Chris's version of events.
I was told that it might have been hit by lightning.
Yeah, no.
Apparently, hit by lightning, it would have created some sort of
Electrical damage.
But it wouldn't have just short-circuited the whole plane to the extent where it just nosedives into the fucking Atlantic Ocean.
Well, we've been talking about sudden depressurization and stuff, like assuming there's a big hole in the plane or something. So that probably wouldn't have happened, would it? So
Right, we all know it's something about a man called Jacob. Thank you, Barry. Barry's actually added quite a lot of conversation. I hope Barry calls in future. Okay, Liv.